Welcome, friends. This is Archangel. I am so ready to kick ass and chew bubblegum. I am so ready to save every last male from slavery and disposability. What I did not count on was males themselves. I was telling a guy the other day of my purpose to rail against male devaluation and my passion to liberate males from expendability, to which he simply retorts, good luck. Most males do not want to be saved. I pondered that simple yet powerful statement, and I concede that truer words have never been spoken. I have labored to expose males to the shackles around their wrists and ankles, that they might realize their true state of subjugation, but I have succeeded only in reaching more deaf ears and blank stares than I have imparted epiphany to my enslaved brethren. And the males that do pick up what I'm putting down, they only do so in measured doses, so as to keep their salvation through female crutch alive and valid in their minds. Yet to the selectively receptive, I must eventually concede that I am trying to push calculus onto third grade math graduates. And I get frustrated because I want them to jump right from breast milk and straight into steak, forgetting that my awakening was years in the making also. I did not jump from gynocentric basic arithmetic to liberation calculus overnight. It occurred gradually, in incremental steps. Many males who are not yet awakened, but are beginning to stir from their slumber of servitude, still hold fast to the fantasy that a return to traditionalism will right all the unjust idiosyncrasies that they are beginning to wrap their heads around. They are starting to sense that something is severely awry, and this injustice against males has been afoot for some time unbeknownst to them. Yet most still think that some all-inclusive secret device, some plotting scapegoat is to blame for the misandry and male devaluation that surrounds them. Oh, it's feminism. It must be the leftists. Oh, it's those darn communist Marxist socialists who are to blame for turning our sweet little delicate flower gender into bra-burning obnoxious gold diggers. If we could just return to the good old days, everything would be right as rain. I see these males are not receptive to red pill calculus when they're still proffering traditionalism as the solution to the problems that traditionalism caused in the first place. I've led parched lips to water, and I want to force them to drink, and I become angry when they won't. Why are you not drinking? You desperately need to drink, and lead others here to drink as well. Why will nobody drink? Then the statement this gentleman issued me in the context of conversation reminded me of our mortal plight. Distraction from struggle. Life is hard. Life is hazardous. Life is turmoil and torment, and nothing is certain. Thus, in the midst of this tumult and utter confusion about life, males logically seek refuge from this torment, and they do so in fairy tales of saviors who will save us in the same manner we are expected to save everybody else. And so males want to bury themselves in fantasy, which gives them temporary and shallow respite from the harsh realities of a cruel existence of physical and emotional isolation. Hence this gentleman's statement, most males do not want to be saved. What he was really saying is that most males do not want to be awakened to misandry or gynocentrism or hypergamy or male expendability and disposability. Life is a cruel mistress already. Don't take away that one last fantasy that they find shelter in. They don't want to hear the cruelest, most debilitating truth of all about this reality, that females do not love them or want for male welfare. Females only want their labor and utility. Thus, males do not want their worst fears confirmed, that they always have been and always will be utterly alone. This is too much for most males to bear, as evidenced by male suicide rates. I try to offer all the life-saving gems of wisdom possible to my fellow brethren, yet one key ingredient is missing in the process of information osmosis: receptivity. Ears need to be receptive to the words spoken, for any benefit to be gleaned. In order to initiate awakening in males, I reasoned I just need to get a foot in the door. So I wrote Green Eggs in Man, to wean males off the breast to which they suckle. It was baby food for those still cutting teeth on misandry and gynocentrism. I figured it would be easier to elucidate prejudice against them before illuminating the true depths of the rabbit hole to these unsuspecting shovels of the vaginisty. But I failed to see that the male suffering caused by gynocentric servitude was less than the perceived potential suffering of their fears realized, that males are not loved and they are all alone. Hence, I failed to take into account that males do not want to hear about any problem, let alone causality or solutional prospects. I have come to realize that until males get to the point of proper receptivity, nothing I issue will elicit sway. As much as I want to liberate all males, as much as I want to spare them from abuse and heartache, as much as I want to return value and worth to their malnourished souls, I understand I cannot save them. Males must save themselves, and they will only see fit to seek liberation once the proper impetus has been sated. Unfortunately, I have concluded that males will only reach this state of hyperreceptivity upon being hurt. After their pain reaches critical mass, only then will they open their minds and truly search out of a genuine thirst for truth, not because some do-gooder is trying to foist unwelcome truth upon them. Only heartache seems capable of prompting this search. Trying to convince indoctrinated males of their utility and disposability pre-heartache is like trying to convince pre-beached whales that they flirt too close to the shore. Males that have a full belly and the occasional female-assisted ejaculation are usually non-receptive to male devaluation truths, whereas males who have met the business end of those vultures we worship as angels, these males seem a little more amicable to uploading the truth about gynocentrism and hypergamy and female nature into their brilliant gray matter. In light of this, a new strategy is needed. Since males need to be hurt and burned and scarred, their tender hearts rent asunder, before they will be receptive to my gems of liberation. Thus, I want males to be hurt as early and as intensely as possible. You heard right. I want the very wonders I seek to liberate to be hurt as hastily and acutely as possible. Males seem to need pain to precipitate emancipation, so we need males to hurt. Hence, they will finally be receptive to truth and will seek liberation, and we can finally get this revolution off the ground and into whoop-ass mode. To do this, to hurt males, I need female assistance. I need help from the ladies, because nobody can hurt a male as much as a female, and the most damage a female can cause a male is to reveal her true nature of self-interest and apathy over male worth or suffering. The sooner males get wounded by the goddesses they idolize and worship, the sooner they will begin the stages of denial and bargaining. The sooner males grasp gynocentrism and hypergamy, the sooner they will hit the purple pill phase of unicorn hunting. The sooner they realize that they are expendable tools who are tolerated only at the whims of others, then ultimately the sooner they will embrace red pill status and logically conclude MGTOW as the only viable option to reach liberation from disposability. My purpose is to liberate males from devaluation and disposability. I cannot do this if assistance falls on deaf ears of those I try to emancipate. Apparently, pain is the impetus to unlock receptivity in males. When they are hurt, especially emotionally, they will be receptive to the water I offer their dehydrated lips. So, ladies, I need you to help prompt the males out of their enslavement to you, that I might help return their power, their sovereignty, and worth to the males from which they were maliciously stolen. So I wrote a little letter to the breast bearers. Dear ladies, thank you so much for devaluing males. Thank you for squashing male beauty, brilliance, and human worth into the dirt. You're doing such an awesome job. Males absolutely deserve merciless mockery and sadistic torture befitting even the slimiest of New York City cockroaches. Permit me to introduce one humble request. Could you please escalate the usury a couple notches and demean males more? Please? If you find yourself having thoughts of compassion, which is normal, you're female, you are naturally filled with compassion and love. Or if you discover that angel on your right shoulder whispering, "It's not right to treat males this way," just remember, it is all justified. Males deserve mistreatment. Please remember, O divine goddesses, that males are killers and rapists and plunderers. They deserve mistreatment. Males are biologically inferior and mentally deficient. They deserve mistreatment. Males are huge eyesores that lack hygiene. They deserve mistreatment. Males have ceaselessly used and subjugated females. At least that's what our propaganda states. So they deserve mistreatment. Males are a blight, a mutant genetic plague. They deserve mistreatment. Males are mindless drones who have no feelings or hopes or dreams. They are as cattle to be used for your leisure, for your enrichment. They deserve mistreatment. Just think, males eat food, they take up space, and they use resources that could otherwise be used for the female population. Think about all the things you could be doing for yourselves if you didn't have to constantly be on guard around these criminals. If you didn't have to devote so much precious time and energy into babysitting these infants. Remember, because of your uterus, you are above responsibility for your actions. You are beyond reproach. So take advantage of this entitlement of infantilization and use your immunity to culpability to abuse males. Don't worry, the fools will protect you even as you heartlessly abuse them. You can do anything you want, anytime you want, to anybody you want. Please, escalate the belittlement. Pound into their caveman skulls how inferior they truly are. Make them do all the work. Tease them with sex, but give them none. Play them for everything they're worth. Make them pay for everything. Drain them of all financial resources. Subjugate them to your whims. Mock them as often as is femininely possible. Their appearance, their anatomy, their thoughts and behaviors, their infinite deficiencies. Demand coddling, pampering, chivalry, and equality, but reciprocate none. Encourage them to turn on each other. In fact, this is amazing fun. Manipulate them into abusing each other in order to win your attention. Encourage them to abuse each other just for giggles. These are just a few ideas to help devalue them further. Don't let conscience get in your way. Just remember how disgusting they are with their hairy, smelly bodies and their burping and farmer blowing. Consider that nasty piece of trash hanging between their legs. Remind yourself how these degenerate primates go around sticking that soggy piece of macaroni in every damn thing they can. Remind yourself how stupid, awkward, crude, and cumbersome this vulgar sex really is. Think about all the torment and pain males cause because they are evil, malevolent slugs who wear clothes. We need more militant feminists, less fair-minded passivity. We need more belittling, chastising, demeaning, slandering, defaming, devaluing, marginalizing, and abuse of the male sex. We absolutely need more abuse of males, preferably physical. And if you could cause more genital injury, that would be great. They deserve it. Think of all the turmoil that males wreak because of that disgusting little crotch thumb. Please do anything you can to break males down physically, emotionally, mentally, and intellectually. Break their spirit, break their bodies, and their hearts any way you can. Humiliate and shame them. Leave them with no sense of worth, value, or pride. Mercilessly dehumanize and subjugate them to servitude. You see, the mockery and devaluation you heap upon them presently is ineffectual. Males currently suck up the mistreatment without objection or complaint. Some continue the mistreatment to other males. Until males get fed up with the mistreatment and devaluation, they will never do anything about it. So if you intensify and escalate the abuse, maybe it will finally push most males to the fed up point of critical mass, where they will finally stand against the wholesale devaluation of themselves and their sex. Thanks again for all the hard work, sisters. Remember, you are superior in every possible conceivable way. For any female that goes out right now and whacks a male, preferably an anonymous male, in the groin, there is a free double creamy triple decker chocolate super smoothie ice cream estrogen latte at the nearest Starbucks for you. Enjoy. Signed, yours truly, codename Agent XX. Thanks again, ladies. And gentlemen, when you have filled your quota of pain and you are ready to break free, to liberate yourself from gynocentrism, from devaluation and disposability, I will be here waiting for you. I await the day that you awaken, that you stand with me and live free.